What's up, fam? I'd like to welcome you guys to our first episode of Me and My Backyard Present. Today, I'm going to show you guys how to make some delicious spare ribs, St. Louis style cut, using the 3-2-1 method. I mean, these are going to be the best ribs you ever had in your life. Let's get it. Okay, what we have right here is a St. Louis style cut rib that you can get at any local grocery store. I got these from Walmart. First thing we're going to do, we're going to flip it over. And we have to remove this membrane right here. All right, you want to get you a butter knife or back of end of a spoon, a fork, use your fingers, whatever. But as you can see right here, where it's got this straight to the bone, you do not want that. So we need to find another spot to get in at. You want to pry in between the meat, the membrane, and the bone. It's the main thing is you want to still have a small film right here. All right. So you can get in there. You want to get it started. There's no one right today. Get your paper towel because it is slippery. I'm working with my left hand here. My cameraman told me I was in her way. I am not left-handed, so people bear with me. Okay. Get it started. To get away. Come off. Sometimes you get it in one whop. Sometimes not. Let's go back up and try to get the rest of it. There we go. Wrap it around it again. Finish pulling. All right, there you go. You want to discard that. Next thing we're going to do is, while we got it on the back side, we're going to go ahead and trim. We want to get this skirt right here. We're going to trim this off. We're going to go ahead and get any heavy, thick fat that's not going to render down. Let's trim it up nice. You don't go crazy with it at all. A lot of it you can just pull off by hand. I want to get all this heavy stuff off. Still got a small piece of membrane right here. Get this piece off. All right. So I just want to make sure it's clean, free of fat. Another one of the advantages of taking this membrane off, it also allows your rub to go ahead and soak in better into your meat. All right, we're going to flip it over. And okay, here's the top side. A lot of times when you get a slab of spare ribs from somewhere like Walmart or Wendy's or something like that, they're going to have this flap on here. So you want to go ahead and cut this off. And cut this and all that fat off. So you want to get all this fat down. Trust me, we have had better looking slabs from Walmart, but hey, it happens. Okay, you want to come here, get some of this out. Not a lot, just get some of it out. You want to leave fat so it can render down. So you don't want to get too crazy with it. All right, that's good enough. That's all we're going to do that. Okay, now, once you get this done, what you want to do is you want to get your binding agent. I use yellow mustard. You can use whatever binding agent you want. Some people use Worcestershire sauce. Some people use honey. Some people use olive oil. It really doesn't matter. It's not adding a ton of flavor. It's basically just acting as a binder to give your rub something to help stick to the meat with. All right, not too much. And you're gonna go crazy with it. Just enough. Once you got your binding agent on, you can go ahead and apply your dry rub. You put whatever rub you choose. It really doesn't matter what you like. You know, it's your preference. Here in me and my backyard, we use a house rub, which is me and my backyard dirty rub. You want to apply a nice even coat. You don't want to get it too heavy because you don't want it to clump up on you. But you do want a nice even coat. Don't forget these sides. Sides need love too, y'all. All right, go ahead and pat that down. Flip it over. Repeat. Binding agent on. And that rubbed in. Add your rub. This top side over here on these sides. Okay. All right. Now that we got these bad boys nice and seasoned up, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna move outside to the smoker. It's time to blaze up. Let's get it. Okay, so now we are here at the smoker. What we have here, we have a simple offset. We have a simple offset charbroil that we're going to use today for cooking these ribs. We want to run your temp around about 225. We have a temp gauge that's on the inside. You can see it's reading about 224, 225. All right, we're going to get in there, and that's where we're going to get it started at. So we've already put your meat on the grill, as you can see. We got our 2 slabs on here. You want to make sure they're nice and tight and straight because they are going to cook the way that you leave them. The way you have them placed on there, that's how they're going to cook. Okay, so today we're using, I use a bed of charcoal to get my heat started. We're smoking it with hickory. You know, most of the time you're going to use whatever wood is permanent in your region. And being from Alabama, our wood down here of choice is pecan and hickory. So, as I said before, we're going to be using the 3-2-1 method. I'm going to break that down. The 3, 2, and 1 are the different amounts of time that your meat is going to cook. So the 3 is the first 3 hours of cook time. And this is going to cook unwrapped, unprohibited. All thing you're going to do is, during those 3 hours, you can mop it or spritz it. And I'm also going to let you know about around what time that you want to do that and show you how to check your meat and make sure that you get your mop and spritz on at the right time so it doesn't wash your seasoning off. Ribs been smoking now for around about an hour, running steady about 225. We're gonna check it now, see what it looks like, see if it's ready to put the mop sauce on. Now myself, I use mop sauce. Like I say, you can use spritz or whatever. The main thing is put it on at the correct time. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna raise it up. As you can see, it's looking kind of dry right here right now. So we're going to do what you call the finger test. You rub your finger across. You see there? Now the rub came off. So that means it's a good time to go ahead and start putting your mop sauce on. Now with me, I mop around every 30 minutes or so. A mop sauce consists of vinegar, lemons, some of the rub that we put on the meat, You want to go ahead and mop it. You want to get it done as quick as possible so you can get your lid back down. You don't want to let too much heat out. Okay, so not only is it a good idea to mop or spritz just to keep your meat moist, but it also helps the smoke penetrate. I mean, it's science. I didn't make it up, guys. Believe me. So I usually mop before I add another piece of wood. You know what I'm saying? So the smoke can go ahead and help penetrate and get a deeper smoke ring. As well, I also keep my mop sauce on top of my firebox to keep it hot, because you don't want your mop sauce or your spritz to get cold, because then it's going to cool the meat off, take the temperature down. Anything that takes down the temperature of your smoker or your meat is bad. Okay, so that's why we leave the top down as much as possible and let Bobby Ann do her best. You dig what I'm saying? All right, guys. We've had these ribs. They've been smoking now for about 3 hours, around 225. We're gonna open up. We're gonna see what it look like. That's exactly what you're looking for. So now we'll go ahead and take them off, and we're gonna get into our next step, which is the 2 of the 3, 2, 1, which is the wrapping process. Okay, so we're back inside. We're getting ready to do the wrapping process of the 3, 2, 1 method. The second method, which is the 2, that's where you're gonna wrap them and you're gonna let them smoke for another 2 hours. Now, the wrapping process, it kind of go either way. Some people like to put whatever they're basting it in inside the aluminum foil, to let them keep going. And actually, some people like to wrap with butcher paper. You know what I'm saying? It's either or. I myself, I prefer aluminum foil. And what I like to use, I use brown sugar, butter, and honey. I must admit, this was inspired by the pit master Malcolm Reed. Shout out to Malcolm Reed. First thing we're gonna do, we're gonna sprinkle some brown sugar down on aluminum foil. Then sprinkle down my butter. Then I'm gonna add some honey. That didn't sound right. All right, now we're gonna get a slab. We're gonna put the slabs in, meat side down. All right, then we're gonna repeat the process. Brown sugar. I'm telling you, this right here is gonna make these ribs delicious. They're gonna be so moist and awesome. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and wrap them. Make sure you have a big enough piece of aluminum foil to wrap the entire rib, because you want to wrap it good and tight. All right, we're going to get the other one wrapped up, then we're going to put them back on the smoker. See you out there. All right, fellas, we're back out here on the smoker. Now we put the 2 slabs down, wrapped up with the butter, honey, and brown sugar. We're gonna put them out here on here, meat side down, and we're gonna let them go for another 2 hours on right around about 225. All right. Now, granted, you can some people cook theirs higher. If you cook yours higher, if you're going around about 250 to 275, only thing you do is adjust your time. Let's say you're running around about 260, 275, then you would do 2 hours regular, 1 hour wrap, 1 hour unwrap. Okay, but we're going here at 225, nice and slow. That's how we like to do it back in my backyard. So all thing we can do now is just sit down and wait 2 hours. Cheers. All right, everybody, we've hit the 2 hour mark on the wrapping portion. Now we're gonna unwrap these, and we're gonna let them go for another hour on the smoker, run at the same temp, and these bad boys should be ready. Okay, now this is where we're at after 2 hours of wraps. And we're gonna let them go unwrap for another hour. And then we'll be ready. All right. Okay, so now these are almost ready to come off. What I do at this point, I put a light glaze on them. I don't do it heavy. You know, if you want sauce with ribs, I usually serve it on the side. Just put a nice little glaze on it so it can caramelize. Like that. I'm gonna let them rock for about another 30, 40 minutes. They all be ready. Okay, everybody, so this is the finished product using the 3-2-1 method. We're gonna flip these over and we're gonna cut them. All right, as you can see, got a nice pink smoke ring right there. You can definitely see it's real juicy. All of them came out like that, but you know it's all about the taste. So let's see what it tastes like. Okay. And it's hot. See that? Nice clean bite. It all didn't pull off with it. Clean bite all the way straight down to the bone. And it is unfreaking believable. Wow. So look at the juice. It's running off of it. Come on, man. Ridiculous. Okay, so that's it, people. We had the St. Louis style cut spare ribs using the 3-2-1 method. As you can see, they turned out absolutely delicious. If you liked our video, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and check us out. We have another video coming up for you soon on Me and My Backyard Presents 1.